Alright, let's go back and take a look at our natural numbers once again. These are the counting numbers, and remember I separated the numbers by commas. 0, we start with 0, then we add 1, we get 1, we add another 1, we get 2, to that we add 1, we get 3, and we keep on doing that until we get to 111, and then we get 112, and then we keep going, and we can go on and on and on and on and on without end. Okay, now let's suppose we have, in fact I'm going to put that in a different color. Let me just do that in red. Let's suppose there's something has been left out of this sequence there. We go through 111, 112, something's been left out, then we've got 114, and then we keep going up here. What's that number over here? What's the number that should go in there? Well, remember, we make this line of numbers, we write out the numbers by adding 1 to the previous one. We start with 0, then we add 1 to it, and then we get 1, and then we add 1 to that, and we get 2, and then we add 1 to that to get 3. Now, following that same rule, to get to this number, we've got to add 1 to 112. So the number that we want to find here, the missing number, is 112 plus 1, and 112 plus 1 is what? 113. So the missing number is 113. Now, by and large, we can find missing numbers, and when we try to find missing numbers, we generally call what we're doing algebra. Don't be put off by the name. It sounds pretty difficult, but it really is absolutely simple. Now, suppose that we have some number that we don't know which number it is, and we multiply it by 3, and we get 9. So this number, whatever it is, multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. Let's find this number. What multiplied by 3 is equal to 9? Well, because these numbers on either side of the equal sign, that's what the equal sign means, these numbers, this one over here, and remember that's just a long way of writing a number, we don't know which number, is the same as this number. Anything we do to this number, and we do it to this number too, will still be equal. They'll still give us the same number. So, let's suppose we divide by 3. And let's call this number, instead of putting a box here, let's write this number x, and we do it with a kind of squiggly x. So x times 3 is equal to 9. So if we divide this by 3, what is 3x divided by 3? Well, it's just x. We have 3 lots of x, we divide it by 3, we divide them by 3, we have 1 lot of x. And so we divide that side of the equal sign by 3, we've got to divide this side by 3. 9 divided by 3. And what's 9 divided by 3? How many lots of 3's go into 9? Well, 3 lots of 3's make 9, and we can see that here. I've got 3 here, and then let's write them down 3 times. I've got 3 lots of them. And how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sure enough. 3 lots of 3 make 9, so 9 divided by 3, how many lots of 3 make 9? 3 lots of 3. So x is equal to that, which is equal to that, so x must be equal to that. So we have x is equal to 3. Now, it might be that we have 2 numbers, not just one that we don't know here, but let's suppose we have 2 numbers, which we know when they're added together, this number plus this number, we've got to fill in these boxes, are equal to 6. Now, because instead of the boxes, we write, they might be the same number, they might be different numbers. So let's just write x for one of those boxes, x plus Now it might be a different number, so we can't put x in here, so let's make up a new letter y. X plus y, and we've got to find what those numbers are equal to 6. Well, lots of numbers are equal to 6. Might be added together equal to 6. It might be that 6 is x. If 6 is x, then y might be 0, because 6 plus 0 is equal to 6. Or it might be 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. There are lots and lots of different numbers, or the same numbers. 3 plus 3. It might be that x and y are the same. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So there are these different ways, different numbers, which added together make up 6. So we don't know what x and y are. If x is 6, we know that y must be 0, because only 0 added to 6 makes 6, but we don't know what they are. But suppose we can find what x or y happens to be. Let's suppose we're given we're told something else. We're told that y is equal to 4 divided by 2. Well, how many 2's in 4? 2. So y, we know, is now equal to 2. So if y is equal to 2, what's x? We know now that x plus 2 is equal to 6. Subtract 2 from each side of the equal sign. We know that x plus 2 minus 2 is just x, is equal to 6 minus 2. And what's 6 minus 2? We have x over here. That's just another way of writing 4. So if y is 2, then x is 4. Now, in order to solve this problem of what x and y happen to be, given that added together they equal 6, we don't have to know what y is or what x is. We might simply express one of those numbers in terms of the other. Let me just explain what I mean. So we have x plus y is equal to 6. Now, we said we can eliminate y, we can get rid of the y, if we know what y is. If y is equal to 2, we know that x plus 2 is equal to 6, and we know that therefore x must be equal to 6 minus 2, which is 4. But let's suppose we're not told exactly what number y is, but instead we're told how many y's make x. What is the relationship between y and x? Let's suppose that we know that, for example, y is 2x. That is, y is twice as big as x. We don't know what it is, what number it is as yet, but we know that it's twice as big as x. Well, now, if y is equal to 2x, remember we can write 2x anywhere that y appears. So what we can do is say x plus, instead of y, we now write 2x. X plus 2x is equal to 6. What's 1x plus another 2x's? Well, that is 3x is equal to 6. And if 3x is equal to 6, we divide 3 into each side. We have 3x divided by 3. That's x is equal to 6 divided by 3. And 6 divided by 3, how many 3's go into 6? That's 2. So if we can eliminate one of these unknown numbers and express it in terms of the other so that we're dealing just in x's, then we can discover what x is. Now, if x is 2, let's go back here. We now know that y is equal to 2x, which is 2 lots of 2, and 2 lots of 2 is 4. So if x is 2, then y is equal to 4. And indeed, it's suggested at the top that x plus y is equal to 6, x is equal to 2, and y is equal to 4. That indeed does give us a total of 6.